everyone, today's video idea all started when I DIY'd my own Coach bag charm, which I was really happy with how it turned out, so I wanted to share how to make your own little bag charms. And what's better than making a felted strawberry and a bag charm all in one. Let's get started on the tools you'll need, which are a felting mat, felting needles. I've mainly used a singular needle, but you can use a 3-needle tool to speed up the process a bit. Pliers, very useful for twisting and manipulating armature wire. Armature wire, very important for this glue-free project. Jump ring and key ring, these two are optional. And a wrist strap. I actually got a pack of 5 of these off Amazon, they're very cute. You'll also need base wool, also known as core wool. This is the easiest wool to sculpt with. And some lovely colors of carded wool. You can also stick to basic colors like red, green, and yellow. So the first tool we're going to be using is this wire. I'm using 2mm wire, and it doesn't have to be too long, it just needs to be long enough to twist around itself a few times. I've cut it at about 14 centimeters and folded it in half. And this is where you want to take your pliers, because bending this with your own hands may be a bit more difficult and less precise and also a bit painful. So use your pliers and you're going to want to make a small loop. I messed it up a bit, so I tried to straighten it out the best I could. But when you're done with that, then take your pliers again and make a few twists around, and then have the wires separate and then meet each other again to create a bit of a diamond shape, and then take the pliers one last time and make a few more twists to close it off. And with this wire, I'm not creating an armature, but creating an anchor that's going to be held directly in the center of this piece. This is a sturdy and glue-free way to make a DIY jump ring at the top of an item for it to be clipped onto. I used my pliers to just readjust the diamond center because this is the most important part of the anchor. And you can do this now or when the project is complete, but you can add the jump ring and the key ring in this order if you're wanting to make it dangle a bit more. The anchor is going to be in the center of the piece, so I'm going to build up the base of the strawberry with this core wool and wrap it around the anchor. And most importantly, I want to felt through this diamond center to secure it. And I want to leave only like 1 centimeter of this tiny loop still showing. I'm going to felt very slowly to attach the core wool to the anchor. This is in real time, guys. I have to felt so slowly around this wire because I don't want to accidentally break my needle. This is my favorite needle ever. As I do this, I'm going to gradually build up the wool around the wire to make it very sturdy. The anchor is actually going to be so small compared to what we'll end up with. The finished project is going to be 2 times bigger than the anchor we started out with. Once it's gotten to the size of an olive, I'm going to keep adding wool, but start to change the shape from olive shaped to strawberry shaped, which is more cone-like, still keeping the top loop still visible. I felt it till I got to the size I was happy with, and the wool at this point is stiff and only slightly airy, as you can see. This is what I'd say is the perfect density, because when I layer on the main color of red, it'll be a very firm and solid piece. And now it's time to start adding the color and details on top of this base we've got. Starting with this bright red carded wool, I've taken tufts of wool and just started layering them on top and just felting it into the base, starting from the small end until I couldn't see the white core wool anymore. If you'd like to go for a realistic look, you can take a bit of light red and yellow mixed together and felt a light layer on top of the strawberry. And continue to add more realistic details like this from there. I, however, wasn't really liking how it was turning out, so I removed it and decided to stick with the basic strawberry colors. To add the little yellow seeds, take very small pinches of yellow wool and felt the wool down from the top end to the bottom, which is about 1 centimeter in length, and then felt the sides down into the strawberry from a 45-degree angle to create a bit of indentation and a neat oval shape. I also felt it around the outer edges of the seeds to even further the indent, and it gives a bit of a realistic look. And then I'll just continue this in rows from top to bottom, leaving even spaces in between. And when I start the next row, I'll start a classic one lower, one higher style. Now please don't laugh guys, but I don't know what happened to these seeds as I was making them. It seems they just started getting bigger and bigger as I went around the strawberry than how I first started making them. I think I just started getting tired, but I like how they ended up looking anyways. Now to move on to creating the leaves that I'm going to lay around the top of the strawberry like a little crown. I've got this lovely mossy green carded wool, which is one of my favorite colors. I've ordered it like about 3 times already. I just love this color so much. Taking small tufts of wool, evening out the strands, and then folding it in half. And on the folded end, I pull lightly from the center and you'll see this little triangle shape. And all I have to do now is just follow this shape. I've laid it flat on my mat and felt down the edges first, and then the center into a triangle, leaving one end unfelted and frayed. This frayed end is how I will attach it to the strawberry, and I just continue this while flipping this back and forth until it starts to hold its shape. I created 9 of these little leaves, and none of them are perfect. They're all different lengths and different shapes. These are going to be felted on top of the strawberry, but I'm going to felt them in one at a time to place them to my liking. But before I do that, I want to clean and neaten these little leaves up a little bit from all the frayed and loose ends of wool, and to help this little charm last a little bit longer. I've sandwiched the leaf in between pieces of cardboard and carefully felted the edges down. And just repeat this process with all the leaves. You could also use your thinnest needle, and this could also speed up the process a little bit. This is how they should turn out, very sharp and defined. After this, I just started placing them around the top of the strawberry. And once I was happy with the placements, I used my scissors and cut a small hole to push the wire loop through to be visible again. I carefully felted the leaves down into the strawberry, creating small dents and defining the edges of each singular leaf as well, so that it's not so flat looking at the top. And giving them all a little curve or random fold like how rose strawberries have. And this is the finished piece. Just clip on the strap and then add it to your bag of choice. I really love how this little strawberry turned out. It's really cute, even though the seeds are a little bit wonky. What I loved most about this project is not only that it's really easy to make, but also that it's interchangeable. And especially since I got 5 different colored straps, I can interchange them and mix and match them with different colors, different charms, and different bags, which I do plan on doing. Just imagine having a charm to pair with all your activities. Imagine strolling through the strawberry field with this on your bag. I hope you all enjoyed this little tutorial. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this one, and please let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching.